Hello everyone, this is Gauri Guglani and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video where I am going to discuss about the interview preparation for the position of Associate Analyst in Deloitte and a short introduction about me, myself. I am a recent graduate from 𝗖𝗍 College, Mumbai, and I have done my majors in IT. And I am currently working as an associate analyst in Deloitte, and its vertical is Deloitte Consulting. So when I was preparing for my interviews, I couldn't find any sort of good content through which I can, learn and I can give my interview and I can know the strategies or the questions that are asked in the interview of associate analyst. So I thought, let's make a video so that many of people who are going to interview with Deloitte for this role or who are planning to give can refer this video and can gain some knowledge. So let's get into the video and let's know how was my interview. So beginning with what I was asked in my interview. So it was a virtual interview. As we know, we are in the virtual world right now. It was a Zoom call. So they started the interview by asking my introduction, and then further they went on to technical terms, properly defining it as, first they asked me questions related to SQL, database management systems, some queries, and also they asked me some live examples how I can apply the usage of SQL and DBMS there. Later on they went on to asking some questions related to cloud, then cybersecurity and hacking. So they tried to link up the terms with each other. It was not like that they're stopping one topic and going into different one. Just everything is linked up with each other and they're just going a little advanced that how much the person has knowledge. They're just trying to check that. So later on they asked me about my internships. So I did 2 internships and they asked me what work I was doing there, what was my contribution and which frameworks I've used there, also about my project work. So as you know, everybody has a final year project, so they asked me about my final year project and asked me about what languages I used, what idea came to my mind due to which I took that project. So such type of questions. Later on, they asked me some certifications which I mentioned in my resume that I have done that, and it includes Google Data Analytics certification. So they asked me about the modules, how much module the course contained, and what did I learn from that course, what was the project they took, the final capstone project in the modules, etc. Such type of questions. Later on they asked me questions related to open source, what exactly open source is and how open source and data privacy differentiates with each other, what is the use of open source and what is the use of data privacy, and how can I contribute, I can put my contribution in the company and organization to protect the data from outside world. So these type of questions. So I would like to tell you that most of the interview, the technical terms was revolving around the data, DBMS, SQL, queries. So I would suggest you that go intermediate level, not high level also. Basic and intermediate level would, be okay for this interview, and else everything is this is see how you respond and how you behave and act when they ask questions. Are you becoming nervous? Are you becoming anxious? Or you're just being confident and giving replies, whatever comes to your mind. So thanks to the interviewer also, it was very cool and calm. So I found him like very cool interviewer ever. So for the preparation, I mainly referred my college graduation books. As I told, I was having only 2 days to prepare for the interview. I completed my whole SQL book like in one night. I remember I was just grasping concept, was trying to understand things because in second year I studied SQL and after that I did not go into so deep in SQL, so I revised all the concepts, and also I referred Geeks for Geeks, amazing platform for referring concepts and understanding of things, coding, etc. I referred that too. So I mainly referred SQL, Python, and yeah, the overview of things like basic concepts of which I already studied in my graduation. Just I went through the concept just to bring everything in my mind, so that if interviewer asks something extra which is like very old, like in first year, I could answer that. So yeah, I think Geeks for Geeks and some Udemy courses, if time permits, then you can do, otherwise it's fine. You can do Geeks for Geeks, and there are many other online tutorial, Point and Java Point, etc. So good sources to revise and learn the concept. Because see, we have very less time left, right? So in that less time, we need to grasp as many as things possible, so that at least we could know some points, right? So yeah, few tips which I would definitely like to give. First, go through each and every point that is written in your resume. You should know every corner of your resume, because see, interviewer doesn't know you before, right? So they are going to take your resume, refer that. Based on that, they are going to ask you questions, like half questions. So remember, you should know everything from your resume, like each and every corner of your resume. You should be knowing what is there, and if any certifications you have done, you should be knowing why I did that and what I learned from it and what projects I made. So everything from your resume. So second tip, be confident. No need to be nervous. I was actually nervous 5 minutes before the interview, but when the Zoom call started, I got to know who is my interviewer and I could say a panel, and then I was a little calm. Okay, let's begin with my introduction. So everything went well, so be calm, everything is going to be fine, and yeah, be confident. That's all I wanted to say. I hope this video will be useful and beneficial for you. If you find this useful and if this brings little impact in your process, do share it with your friends and let others also know that yeah, this is a strategy you can make for the interview preparations and strategies for the associate analyst position for Deloitte. Thank you guys. If you have any doubts, you can comment below and you can let me know what queries you have or any doubts, and please spare me if any mistake I have done in this video. This was my first ever video of life, I can say. Like, I never made such kind of YouTube videos and all, so this was the first try. I hope everyone likes it, and all the best for your interviews. Bye. Thanks a lot.